We want to bring you this breaking news. The IDF and Qatari officials have confirmed a fifth round of hostage swaps is now underway. CBS News foreign correspondent Imitaz Tyab is following this development and joins us now with the latest. Imitaz, what do we know about this latest hostage release?
Errol, good to be with you. We have a very fast-moving situation here, and indeed a huge sigh of relief for many Israelis who have been paying so much attention to the release of hostages. As we know, this was a 4-day deal. It's now been extended, and we've now seen the first hostages released as part of this extension. We understand that 10 Israelis have crossed over from Gaza through the Rafah crossing into Egypt with the ICRC, as well as 2 foreign nationals, so 2 more than were expected. This, of course, is hugely significant. It means that this agreement between Hamas and Israel is holding, an agreement which, of course, has seen the fighting in Gaza paused, and that badly needed humanitarian aid reaching so many desperate people inside Gaza. But of course, for those families in Israel who have been so desperate for news of their loved ones, learning that 10 more Israelis have been released, and as we've been saying, 2 foreign nationals as well. Now, the other side of this deal, of course, is Palestinian prisoners. We understand that very soon we will see 30 Palestinian prisoners released into the occupied West Bank and possibly here in East Jerusalem as well. We know that there will be 15 men and 15 women, people who are described as political prisoners by Palestinians. Of course, we've seen over the days families celebrating their return as well. But again, very significant situation unfolding here with the release of these hostages, which of course has triggered the release of these Palestinian prisoners who should be let out of that prison in the coming hours. Errol.
And Imitaz, this is significant because it's exactly what not just the relatives of these hostages and prisoners want to see, but it's what the world wants to see when you look at what nations in the region and elsewhere are advocating for, not just the release of hostages, but the pause in rocket fire and violence. Talk to us about some of the efforts underway to further extend this ceasefire now beyond the existing 2-day extension.
Errol, beyond the extraordinary images that we've been seeing for the past several days of families reunited after being separated for so long, which has really been this collective trauma felt in Israel. And of course, for Palestinians who for so long has seen the issue of prisoners in Israeli prisons as central to one of the most painful aspects, they say, of living under occupation. To see all of these people reunited because of this agreement between Israel and Hamas after 50 days of such a terrible war inside Gaza, and of course, the awful attacks on the 7th of October. I think it's been an extraordinary time right across this region. But as you rightfully point out, it is because of diplomacy. And diplomacy, which of course the U.S. is involved in, but 2 countries in particular have played a huge role, and perhaps most importantly, that country is Qatar. The tiny oil-rich nation has played an outsized role in negotiating the release of these hostages. This is a country which deals directly with Hamas. Many of Hamas's political leaders are living inside of Qatar, and that, of course, has perhaps been one of the key conduits of this deal. Egypt also playing a role as well. And as we know, or as we hope, that this agreement so far has been extended by 2 days. So we are expecting that tomorrow we can see a further 10 hostages released, potentially more, as we've seen today. We were only expecting 10. Now we've seen 12. Of course, we would see Palestinian prisoners released. But beyond all of that, Errol, for so many people around the world, what is so vital here and so crucial here is stopping the violence in Gaza. According to the Palestinian Ministry of Health, nearly 15,000 people have been killed in that fighting, many more injured. And of course, we've just seen the widespread devastation there. We know there's huge efforts being made globally to ensure that this pause in fighting is not something that lasts just a few days, but something that could be permanent, given just the huge devastation we've seen. But it has to be said that Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has made it clear that whenever this hostage agreement is completed, whenever all those Israeli hostages are released, that this war will start again. And not only will it will start with full force. Errol.
Imitaz Tyab joining us from Jerusalem with this significant development that 12 additional hostages taken by Hamas are to be freed, have been freed. Israel confirming that. Imitaz, thank you.